Hey guys, today we're going to be learning about food chains and food webs. Just like we did on Thursday, we're going to click through this PowerPoint. You are going to take notes in your note taker, filling in words on the blank lines. If I'm going too fast, you can pause this video and get the notes that you need to, and then continue playing. All living things need energy to stay alive. They get that energy from food. Plants are producers. Producers make their own food during photosynthesis. Energy flows from the sun to producers. All food chains and food webs start with the energy from the sun. All animals are consumers. Consumers are living things that eat other living things. Some animals eat plants. Some animals eat other animals that eat plants. Energy flows from the sun to a producer and then to consumers. A predator is an animal that hunts other animals for food. Prey is an animal that is hunted for food by another animal. Energy flows from predator to prey. In this picture, the rabbit is the prey. It's also a consumer. A fox is also a consumer, but it is the predator. The fox hunts the rabbit. The energy flows from the rabbit to the fox. A food chain shows the path of food energy in an ecosystem. A food chain begins with producers. Consumers are also part of the food chain. There are 3 kinds of consumers. A herbivore is an animal that eats only plants. Herbivores get their energy from eating plants. A rabbit is an herbivore. It only eats plants. A carnivore is an animal that only eats other animals or meat. Carnivores get their energy from eating animals. I guess that's a lion. Lions are carnivores. They only eat meat. An omnivore is an animal that eats both plants and animals. Omnivores get their energy from eating plants and animals. A frog eats both plants and animals, so it is an omnivore. Here's an example of a food chain. Grass is the producer that starts this food chain. Energy flows to the grasshopper because the grasshopper ate the grass. The frog eats the grasshopper, so energy flows through to the frog. Notice the arrows are moving where the energy goes. The arrows do not move to the plant or animal that was eaten. Plants and animals in an ecosystem are part of more than one food chain. A food web shows how one plant or animal is part of another food chain. A food web is 2 or more food chains that overlap. A scavenger is an animal that eats the remains or wastes of other animals. Scavengers are consumers that get their energy from eating the remains of things that were once alive. Scavengers are an important part of an ecosystem. When organisms die, their bodies decay or break down into simpler parts. A decomposer is a living thing that breaks down the remains of dead organisms. All food chains end with decomposers. Fungi and bacteria are decomposers. Decomposers help the environment by recycling valuable energy that other organisms use to grow. Decomposers are important to ecosystems because they release energy that plants and animals need to stay alive. Decomposers clean up dead organisms so other living things can live where the dead organisms once were. All right, now when you're finished with your notes, you are going to do 2 cut and pastes in your journal. One is herbivores, carnivores, and omnivores, and the other is a food chain example. If you need ideas, you can always use Google and Google search. The food chain foldable is going to go on the front of your notes and it's going to get glued into your journal. The sub will show you an example of what that should look like. When you're finished with both of those, you're going to do an internet scavenger hunt, which is found on Canvas. Hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow.